Hey guys, so right now I'm going to show you how to purl. So a purl stitch is basically just the opposite of a knit stitch. And to make one, all you do is take your knitting in your left hand and your empty needle in your right hand, and then pick up that first stitch on your left hand needle from the top down. So it's the opposite of when you make a knit stitch, when you would come from the bottom up like this and then wrap your yarn around. For a purl stitch, you come from the top. So put your empty needle into that first stitch from the top down. Then take your working yarn, so this is the yarn that's attached to your ball, and then wrap it so the yarn stays in the front. Also, this is important. So again, it's the opposite of knit stitches. For a knit stitch, your yarn comes from the back and then around front. For a purl stitch, you do the opposite. So you put your needle in from the top down, and then your yarn stays in front. So your yarn, you're going to wrap it around the needle from the front all the way around, and then hold it back like this, and then you want to pull that yarn through the stitch and then the stitch off the needle, and that's all there is to it. So that's a purl stitch. So again, take your right hand needle from the top down into that stitch, wrap your working yarn around, so from the front go behind and back around front, and then with your right hand needle pull that working yarn through the stitch, and then pull that stitch off your left hand needle. And that's really all there is to it. So once you get the hang of this and you can purl, you can pretty much do any knitting pattern that's out there. So I'll just knit to the end of this row and show you what it looks like. Okay, so once you're done that row of purl stitches, you can see on the front of your fabric it looks the same as a knit stitch, so it kind of looks like all the stitches are facing the same way. So if you knit every row, you'll get a fabric that looks kind of like this here at the bottom. This is called garter stitch, and you get these kind of ridges. So if you stretch it out, you can kind of see it makes these types of ridges. If you knit one row and then purl one row, you'll get a stitch that's known as stockinette stitch, and that just means that all of the stitches they kind of face the same way. So on one side they all look like knit stitches, and on the back side they all look like purl stitches. Anyway, so hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. If you have any questions at all, just send me a comment or leave me a message here. And I hope you guys have a lot of fun knitting. So happy knitting!